Good morning, afternoon, or evening based on your time zone. As you know, or probably can easily guess from my name, I'm Italian. And in Italy, we love coffee. Coffee is sacred. It's so sacred when Starbucks had to open the first Italian shop, they have been forced to use Italian coffee instead of the standard Starbucks kind of coffee. So, let me share my coffee with you and kick off our trip in the Internet of Senses. Can you feel the scent? No burning oil smell, and the taste, with this little essence of walnuts. That's not the brutal Robusta mix Germans like. Unfortunately, you can't. Our favorite media are only audio and video so far. And you can't even touch how fluffy Gennaro Luigi is. Or maybe it's good, because probably he will try to bite you. So, my goal today is to bring you an incoming reality where media can stream perfume, taste, touch, and more. This reality is called Internet of Senses. Internet of Senses is based on a very simple concept. You will be able to use your 5 senses while interacting with Internet, plus 2 more fundamental accessory features: embodiment and brain-computer interfaces. Before moving forward and explaining the details and the impact of your life, product, services, and industry, and I hope future startup will create this evening, let's take a bit of history. In 1914, 2 things happened, 2 big murders happened. One is the most famous, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria and their wife, Sophie Duchess of Hamburg, that occurred on 20 June in Sarajevo. And this crazy act led to the start of First World War. But some months before, an Italian guy called Giovanni Rapazzo patented a very disruptive invention: the audio inside the silent movie. And it killed the silent movie industry, changing the movie industry forever. Forever, that's a very big word. Let's say until today. But something in our evolution gone wrong, because 100 years later we are still there, audio and videos only. We did some experiment and test, some industry like cinemas tried to bring part of this technology forward, but so far it didn't work. And this is why I founded Xperience Plus. Now, let's start our journey in the Internet of Senses, one sense at a time: smells. Smells represent a powerful connection with our memory, as explained in the episode of the Madeleine taken from Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. The chemical language of sense is a physical sensation that affects us directly and deeply. Smells is our most primeval sense, and later Aaron will go deeply into this topic. And, at the same time, smells are tightly bonded to memories, experiences, and our life. Typical online experiences don't involve scent today. However, if you will check the Harrison Consumer Trend Analysis, you will see that the majority of consumers interviewed are estimating our senses and smell to be part of the Internet by 2030. Plus, consider the way we live. More than half of the world population already live away from nature, and continued urbanization drives as increasingly our need for experiences. For the reason, in the same analysis, 6 out of 10 people expected to be able to digitally visit the forest and have a full experience, so have the natural smell of those places. This is the most big expectation among the smell-related concepts, where responded were asked read, and they indicate a strong need to deeper immersion than video can offer. Almost half of the consumer also expect to be able to control how they smell to others. For example, using digital perfumes and deodorants for their own avatars. A great example here are, for example, the next National Geographic documentary will have smell for you. That will be pretty awesome and very engaging. Another great example, your favorite Netflix series. Okay, that sounds a bit creepy, but for sure it gives you a very good understanding of the potential of including smells in your experiences and media. Touch. Anyone who has played Mario Kart can attest that a vibrating controller and a lot of experience. However, those who have tried the VR arcade version might agree it takes everything up a level, with a mock-up card that shakes in sync with the game to create an impression of moving vehicle. Digital touch is set to grow way beyond the ramble of your game controller or the haptic feedback of the car and VR system. Going forward, people will think of digital touch as something affecting their whole body and not just their hands. After years of swiping on smooth glass surfaces also, we expect a smartphone will have screens that convey the shape and the texture of the digital icon. And even new interfaces, for example, it would be great to feel the button and icon retreat when force is applied. But the ability to feel digital texture might go way beyond the confine of the smartphone screen. For example, wristband that simulate the nerves so you can feel a digital object will be available by 2030. We could digitally feel anything from something simple like a ball or a skin on another person. The application of touch technology will be near limitless. Such armbands will transmit the sense of weight and motion, so the digital object you will touch seems real. Why stop at the narrow border by physical touch? We might even be able to feel things beyond human senses. Wearable will let us feel the oncoming weather, such as storm, rain, or heat waves. We may be able to touch the sky very soon. And a great example here are remote surgery with haptic feedback we had in 2020, impact on a fashion retail online shop. And I'm sure you will have more and more ideas, so please write in the chat or join me for the Q&A where we can discuss them. Taste this. You know the motto, seeing is always believing, and looks can deceive. That's why, as newcomer to the physical world, babies learn about an object by instinctively putting it in their mouth. Until now, our online existence has not allowed us to practice digital mouthing. But this is set to change. Could you imagine put a device in your mouth that digitally enhances the food you eat, so that everything can exactly taste how you want it? By 2030, 44% of the users interviewed by Ericsson expect this to be possible. This could be a big implication on our health and diets by enabling us to eat healthy food and yet have them taste like five-star restaurant cuisine or McDonald's, if you wish. Taste greatly inform the way we remember the past. Think back to your childhood, and you will almost certainly remember the taste of certain treats, of home cooking, or an ice cream. This way to enhance such memory with digital taste going even forward. Picture from parties and holidays, for example, will let you not only see what happened, but also the savor, the sweet, and sour of it all. Food examples are usually popular among customers in grocery store, so people can try before they buy. Many accept the taster even if they not actually consider a purchase. Can you imagine the revolution in online shopping as we gain the ability to digitally taste samples from the comfort of our own device? Nearly as many believe that will be TV cooking program that allow you to experience the taste of food screen. This type of digital sensory information will be financed by advertising, indicating that our taste reactions are not perceived to be as sensitive as many other kinds of personal data. Any idea like virtual cocktail together? That will be a great example in a meeting. Or I can share my coffee with you, advertising for restaurants, and more. And now, let's stop for a while about senses and talk about embodiment. What is an embodied experience? Basically, it means you can own, control a body to be inside and even experience different stimuli. So basically, we can teleport yourself in another body and then you can share senses. One of the examples of this experience is the movie called Gamer, which is based on the embodied reality idea where a user can control a human being player by other human participant in an online game. It wasn't a very big success, but still worth the idea. The embodied experiences can also be pre-recorded, which means you can enjoy some moment of any person that were recorded before you could use them. In simple words, you find yourself as an avatar inside another person. Have you ever seen the movie Strange Days from Catherine Bigelow? That's a fantastic example. It's a story about pre-recorded experiences tapes that allow a user to experience recorded memory and physical sensation. Charlotte felt immersed into other person's experiences, feeling and see everything. That was a very great movie. As it mentioned in research, virtual reality can induce embodiment by creating multi-sensory experiences combining first-person perspective and tactile stimulation and motor synchronicity. This kind of approach was used, for example, in a setup called the Machine to Be an Hour. It's an embodiment virtual reality system that allows individuals to experience the world through the eyes and the body of another person. The Machine to Be Another classic setup is designed with a performer wearing front-facing, either head-mounted camera recording video that is live-streamed into the virtual reality headset of another user. This allows two people to share a first-person perspective simultaneously. A very great example is the ability to swap the body, or even this example of having a user in a wheelchair that can experiment what does it mean running a game. And another great example is the first marketplace for embodied reality. Sorry for the advertising. But what does it mean for you? Did you understand what are the opportunities in front of you? Can you see the incoming future and the impressive opportunity you had to create a positive impact using the 5 senses? And now I have to apologize with the audience, because I present to you the Internet of Senses as something that will happen in 9 years from now, while honestly we are working on bringing the 4 senses, because we are in late with tests, to streaming video, real time, on video on demand, VR, AR, XR in the next 4 months. And so very soon you will be able to touch and sniff the reality. Are you ready? So let me close my keynote with a question. I hope you understand that everything you ever know about media will be completely disrupted. So the question for you is, do you want to be an actor of this transformation? If yes, just visit us at Xperience Plus booth, or get in touch with me, check the QR code, or jump into a Q&A and we will discuss the future together. Thank you.